Why hello there. The footage you're about to see is many months old. I never got around to editing it because honestly I wasn't sure if I liked it, but I found myself to be much more productive lately than I usually am regarding editing videos, and I am very happy about the final product of the dress that I flipped, DIY'd, dyed, any other synonyms you might think of. So I figured why not share it. I hope you enjoy. I ate avocados for the past couple weeks, and every time I would take the skin and the seed, is it called a seed when it's that big? Anyway, the middle part, and I would freeze them. So I have about 5 avocados in here and I have 5 in another bag. I'm gonna boil this in some water for a couple hours, and probably tomorrow, if today is too late because it's already 1:30, I will dye the piece of clothing in question. I'm just gonna wait for it to boil, and then I'm gonna let it simmer for a couple hours to really intensify the color. Kind of a brownish color, isn't it? So I'm really not sure, but I think that if I scoop out the green gunk on top that kind of floats up, it'll help with the color and it'll help make it pinker. So I just stopped the heat. So now you can tell, I re-added water a couple times because it was going dangerously low and I wanted, you know, for the bottom not to burn. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Hopefully it dyes the fabric in a really nice way. I don't know if I should add more water though, because I think I really don't have enough liquid to actually dye a whole piece of fabric. I don't have any of that cottage cheese fabric, you know, to like put water through. Anyway, I have, however, this old synthetic, I think it was like a drape or something, but I think it'll work perfectly for what I want it to do. It smells surprisingly good and kind of like earthy, and there you go. Here's the liquid I have. I guess we'll see. Good morning everyone, it's the next day and I'm finally ready to dye the piece of fabric that I was telling you about. I'm just gonna do it on the roof of my apartment because it's nice and sunny. It's a nice bright and warm day today. I figured, I'm not sure that the color it's gonna give me is the color I was hoping for, but worst case scenario I can always re-dye it. So hopefully it's not too windy and you can hear me. I pre-wet the fabric just because that way it would help the dye to actually spread throughout the fabric in a more uniform way. I don't know if it's actually gonna help or not. I'm also not sure if I have enough dye. So what I'm doing right now is I have some water downstairs that's boiling. So I'm gonna put this in. If I decide that there's not enough, I can always just add some water. So it's gonna dilute it, but also everything is gonna be nice and evenly dyed, hopefully. Okay, let's make sure that everything is nice and wet. So I just came up. I haven't looked at the bowl yet. Let's see if after half an hour it's a color I'm liking or if I ruined a piece of clothing. Ooh, it's so much darker than I thought. I'm gonna turn it around. Oh, see the difference in color? I have been turning the fabric around so that the sun would hit it in different places every half hour. Now it's been around like 3 hours total that it's been outside and just chilling. It has become darker everywhere, which is what I wanted. So yeah, this is what it looks like now, but definitely has some color. I haven't washed it yet, so I don't know if any of this color is gonna stay in the fabric. I'm just gonna let it air dry, so hopefully that will get it even darker. I don't want it to be skin color, and right now I feel like it's a little too close to my skin color, you know what I mean? But yeah, I honestly doubt it's gonna get much darker, especially once it's washed. I really feel like I've gone up and down these stairs like 1,000 times today. But yeah, basically I wanted to know if the 15 minutes I left it in the sun did anything. So let's see. Oh yeah, definitely. You can see that, right? Now this is what the dress looked like once it was dried. I started looking at all the details of the dress and finding what I liked and what I liked a little less, thinking what I could switch around. And then I tried it on just to give me a little more inspiration. It was obviously too big for me. I decided to change the shape of the neckline. I unsewed the piece of fabric that was used to finish the neckline, and I figured I would reuse it on the new neckline that I was planning on cutting out. I used chalk to get as straight of a line as possible on the back, which I then cut out. I also used this round ruler type thing to try and get a nice curve for the new neckline I was creating. This was really a trial and error kind of thing, so I just drew random lines until I found one that I thought would look nice. After cutting it out, I tried it on my mannequin and turns out I didn't like it, so I just cut off what I initially planned on leaving and it looked a lot more flattering. I noticed there was the same detailing on the bust area as there was on the bottom of the skirt. I figured it might be a good idea to use what was on the bottom of the skirt. I would use that detailing for the new straps I wanted to put in place, and it would just continue the line that was already sewn into the bust. As for the bottom of the dress, I wanted to use the fabric that was left over from the portion I unsewed. It just so happened to be the exact same as what was left on the skirt that was still attached to the dress. So I cut out the same width of the fabric and created a big tube by sewing them all together. Then I gathered the fabric. There's like 1,000 videos on how to do that online already, so I'm really speeding through this here, but you can kind of see what it looks like now. I decided not to take in the dress on the sides and really just gather the back to create more of a relaxed look. So as you can see here, the new straps are just a continuation of what was on the bust, and the new neckline is a lot more flattering, at least in my opinion. Now I know this is a summer look and we're rapidly approaching December. I'm definitely late in my uploading project schedule I had this summer. I'm also not quite sure I'm going to be able to wear this dress because it's so close to my skin color, but I am glad that I was able to transform it into something that I would theoretically wear. Maybe I'm going to re-dye it, but for the purposes of this video, that's the final result. What do you think? Let me know. Is this too close to my skin color? Do I look naked wearing this dress? Is it really a problem? I posted it on my Instagram and a lot of people seem to like it, but who knows? Maybe they liked it because I did seem naked. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, I would love for you to subscribe. I have a lot more content coming your way. On that note, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.